Without a doubt whatsoever, the name Goku is and will always be synonymous with any and everything Dragon Ball. I mean, he's the main character. There have of course been plenty of times where Goku wasn't present during certain encounters and battles, but his name still rings the same no matter what area of Dragon Ball it is. However, there will always be that one question of, what would Dragon Ball be like without Goku, period? What changes would take place in the main timeline? What events would have never happened, or which ones would have happened faster? This is a story from one of our favorite Dragon Ball fan works, Dragon Ball Multiverse, and it details just that. What would the world be like without Goku? And it begins where it all started for him, in the vacuum of space.
I got swords on my back, samurai. Ninjas with me, niggas going Starr, cause these bitches eating ramen noodles in the hood with my niggas.
As we know, with every end comes new beginnings, and that's precisely what our original Dragon Ball story presented to us, as the Saiyan race came to a tragic end at the hands of Frieza. But this was only the beginning for Goku as he made his way to Earth in a space pod. But what if this was never allowed to happen? From on board the ship, one of the soldiers calls out that someone's getting away in one of the pod ships and is heading towards a planet called Earth. And then the space pod carrying none other than Goku that was originally set with the coordinates of Earth is shot down in cold blood by an energy beam, and just that easy, that's the end of the future savior of the Earth. This is when Zarbon alerts Frieza of another incoming ship that seems to be none other than his brother Cooler. When Cooler arrives, it seems that he's actually the one that took out Goku's ship, which brings me back to this scene in the Cooler's Revenge movie.
Delay that order. Frieza's order in charge of this quartet. Let him clean up his own mess. He's no friend to us.
Back then, Cooler chose to overlook Goku's space pod escape, which inevitably came back to haunt him, but in this story there was no such mercy. Not even for family either, apparently, as we see a simple argument between brothers turns physical as Cooler slaps Frieza. Erratic now, Frieza yells at how Cooler just up and attacks him after coming aboard his ship uninvited, which he plans to report to their father, but it seems Cooler has other plans. In what seems like a sick twist of fate, Cooler murders his own brother in cold blood as his soldiers begin to massacre the rest of the Frieza force aboard the ship. His reasoning seems to be that he wishes to take over Frieza's territory in the universe, and before they leave, he tells his soldiers to put all of the bodies in his ship and throw it into the sun, and thus begins the Dragon Ball era on Earth without Goku. So far, nothing seems to be out of the usual from what we would expect on Earth, as we see Bulma doing what she would normally be doing in searching for the Dragon Balls, as she arrives at a house somewhere in Mount Paozu. She enters carrying a weapon, but from behind the door we see Grandpa Gohan. Unable to find the Dragon Ball, eventually they confront one another, and it ends with Bulma shooting at Gohan, but of course he's able to deflect all the bullets. After a short discussion, Bulma finally reveals to Gohan what her intent was for coming all the way out here, and surprisingly enough, he agrees to just hand over the Dragon Ball to her. His only condition though being that he has to accompany her on her journey, because right now she seems to be a danger to herself and everyone else. This is a Dragon Ball world without Goku. Since Goku never landed on Earth, he never turned into a great ape, so Grandpa Gohan went on to live out the rest of his days alongside Bulma. Along the way, they met a ton of familiar faces, including reuniting with Master Roshi and the Ox King, and eventually the two ran into Yamcha, which turned out about how you would expect it when he challenged Gohan, but in this universe, Yamcha actually becomes his pupil. Together, Yamcha, Puar, Bulma, and Gohan go on to encounter all of Goku's would-be rivals in the world of Dragon Ball, and eventually, they are able to collect all 7 Dragon Balls and would have a wish granted of their own. As Goku has said many times, as long as he's alive, he just somehow attracts powerful foes to Earth. With Goku being killed before he ever had a chance to arrive here, there wouldn't be an invasion of the Saiyans, so Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta would never come here. Frieza was killed by Cooler, and the Red Ribbon Army has no grudge with Goku that would lead Dr. Gero to advance his android technology beyond comprehension. It certainly seems like Goku being on Earth was a double-edged sword indeed, but even if all of his friends and family knew how life would have been like if they never met him, I'm sure no one would trade Goku and all of the experiences we've had with him for anything. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching the video all the way to the end. As always, down below in the comments, let me know which part of Dragon Ball you would miss the most if Goku wasn't a part of it. Without Goku, there definitely wouldn't be any Super Saiyans, as I'm sure King Cold would have eventually killed the remaining Saiyans, so I feel like that's a huge chunk of Dragon Ball that would have been affected if Goku was killed while being sent to Earth. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch and Twitter to never miss a stream and stay up to date on all Dragon Ball related content. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.